Yes, indeed. Welcome to Portland, or the Isle of Portland as the locals call it, and more specifically, welcome to the old Lower Lighthouse, now the site of the Portland Bird Observatory. And this place is fantastic for migrant birds, especially in spring. Not only does the Portland Peninsula extend out into the English Channel, so it's often the first bit of land that migrant birds are in from Africa and Southern Europe see, but it's the habitats here. It's a mix of trees, of shrubs, fresh water, a rare commodity here, and of course Martin Cade, the warden, and his team, well, they monitor the birds. They count the birds offshore, they count the birds flying overhead, and they also put up mist nets in amongst this scrub to catch some of the birds. And as soon as we arrived, Martin went rushing out. They caught two birds, a lesser whitethroat, this one you can see here, and a reed warbler. Now, Martin has ringed in his career hundreds of thousands of birds. He is what they call an A-ringer, very well trained. He knows how to take them out gently, put them in a canvas bag where they stay calm. Then he takes them to the ringing hut, and there the birds are processed. This is the reed warbler. He attaches a ring. You've got to attach the right size ring to the leg, and each one has got an individual number. He measures the wings, and everything is scribbled down. They make a note of absolutely everything there. Also weighs the bird, taking the weight, and he can sex it, tell you whether it's a young bird, an adult bird, whether it's a male or a female, whether it's brooding eggs. The man basically is something of a genius. And they get about 250 different species of birds here every year. I'll show you some of them. Offshore, of course, the high cliffs here, great places for watching. You get birds like gannets here, Manx shearwaters here as well, and those may well be making their way to breeding islands off the west coast of the UK. You get things like swallows, usually coming through in big numbers in March, redstarts, a woodland bird passing through, and that may well end up in the wood near me over in mid-Wales there. But occasionally you get much more scarce birds passing through, and this year they're a real special little bird. Get this one off for you. The colourful European bee eater. One turned up here at the beginning of May this year, 6th of May. Look at that, absolute stunner. Look at the colours on that. Now this would have been making its way probably from North Africa through the Iberian Peninsula, maybe to Germany or Holland, and got blown across to Portland here. Also, nightingales. Lovely, lovely little nightingale there. Two of those actually turned up on one day in May this year, and this one was caught in a mist net. It was weighed, it was ringed, as we saw with the reed warbler earlier, and fabulous little birds. And it's a bird that is declining throughout the UK, so to get two birds in one day is something quite special. They've been monitoring the birds here for around 60 years, and they've seen numbers fluctuate, many in decline, but the one that's declined the most, sadly, is the beautiful turtle dove. In the early 60s, they would record about 500 individuals every year. Now, that tragically is down to just a handful of birds, and it's a decline that's reflected throughout the whole of the UK and throughout much of Europe.